means you cannot plan well for the nation. Imagine if by God's grace you have a stunted engineer and you give them a contract to do some bit of road works. You can imagine the quality of the road that will come through. I hope you get what I'm just trying to say. So all of these problems we are talking about, teenage motherhood, poverty, disease burden, it is just stuntedness. Because people are not reasoning and there's a problem. I just want also to focus on that because I hope you have gotten the picture of what stunting means and what it can do to us. If you are looking for jobs, good jobs, our stunted children cannot get them. If you are looking for people who can eloquently stand before all of you and give you this speech, you will not get them. Yet you are called a food basket. So there is a problem. In Fort Portal Kabarole, between September 2022 and August 2023, we admitted about 1,700 children in Buhinga and the facilities around have a 1,700 children. If you go to Buhinga now, you'll be surprised that you can get children. After you have sold it, but your children are being managed. You just go there, you'll find them. It takes me 21 days to manage such a child. 21 days over the mother is with me there in the hospital. For 21 solid days. When will this mother start working and earning money? When she goes back home after discharge, you know what happens? She reaches there and the other children she left home are also now malnourished. So she leaves this one and brings more. This is the situation we are living in, ladies and gentlemen, which must change in this region. I hope I'm making some bit of sense. Now there is this issue here, I'm calling food security. Food security is defined by 4 things: food availability, food access, food utilization, and sustainability. Those are 4 things. Now in our setting, we have available food. Food is there. Even people are able to access it. But the truth is that the food we have in the Tooro region, people are not using it. And in this case, what are we talking about? The food we are giving our children or we are eating is no longer safe. Just run a little bit to the next slide and I'll show you what that means. Just keep moving and you see. In our communities where we come from, just move until you see some photos. In the communities where you come from, you will find that the way people are handling food, chemical compounds are now becoming the issue. How people are producing food, a lot of chemicals that are not even supposed to be used. Please just keep clicking and run faster. You know the time is not our best ally. Now all of us are now exposed to chemicals, agrochemicals that are being used in agriculture. And these chemicals, I think, Honorable Rwanda, you will take it from us to another level. We have learned that most of the chemicals on market are not supposed to be there because even they are not used where they are coming from. So if you look at this photo here, for example, I want you to look at that gentleman who is carrying the pump. That shirt he is wearing already is not fully, I don't know how to call it, it has a wool. But when you look at the tank he's carrying, that white-like stuff you're seeing is actually the chemical. Now the gentleman is sweating and the chemical is entering his skin. He's part of us, not so? Now when you look at where they are spraying, just look at that second gentleman. There is a water source there and there are vegetables and the guy is spraying. Now do you want to tell me that this chemical will segregate? It says now let me be on the vegetable and I don't go to the water. I hope you're seeing what I'm talking about. If you just move to the next slide, you'll learn that at production there are lots of challenges that we are encountering, and we've been asking ourselves as researchers, are these chemicals in our food? And the answer has been answered there. Are you seeing such tomatoes? A tomato which is supposed to be red or whatever, it is now red plus patches of white. I hope you get what I'm talking about. If you go to the next slide, you'll learn that the food we are consuming, we also ask ourselves the question as researchers, could these chemicals be in water? And when you look at those photos, what would be the answer? Let us proceed and see. If you look at the next photo here, you'll be able to see that people are fetching water while others are actually spraying. And so what we are eating is contributing to failure, because many people then, they go and get challenges, the cancers are increasing, the disease burden is increasing, etc. I want to assure you that because of Amariamavi, Uganda is losing $900 million per year. $900 million. That's about 5.6% of our GDP. Whereas the Honorable talks about road safety, whatever, but we are losing 5.6% of the GDP because of Okuliakobi. Look at this in your communities. If you look at the way people are placing food, you will not even like to eat. If you look at this last photo, that was the wedding, and maize was just on the road. Now tell me, the guests who are going to that wedding, where are they passing? Suddenly on top of the maize. Okay, let us proceed and see. I just want to finish a little bit. Look at these practices in your communities. And the leaders here, cultural leaders, religious leaders, we are looking at this and we are preaching, love one another. Love your God and whatever. But this is the food. We are killing people indirectly. Let's move and see. Look at how food is being handled. And we are talking about safety of the food to give us energy, to give us whatever, and we grow. But how are people handling food? So this is about food quality. Let us proceed and see. If you just look at the next slide, all of us have gone to Kampala. Every time you're going to Kampala, you see cassava on the road, on the tarmac road. And then now, what is this? Does it mean we don't have leaders who are seeing it? Does it mean we are not bothered? But just imagine cassava on the tarmac. Tarmac is made of poisonous chemical compounds. You and I know that. Now imagine that you are eating cassava flour, which was dried on the tarmac road, and you want the body to use it. How? So at the end of the day, we are eating too much to fill the stomach, but the quality is not there. And at the end of the day, people get malnourished, people get diseases. All non-communicable diseases are related to food. Check that. This is our context. Maybe we could move to the next and just appreciate a little bit as we end the session. There is this. I have told people that polythene bags, now let me bring a little bit of chemistry. You know, we have what we call thins. When you combine different things, these are chemical compounds, don't worry, those who dropped chemistry early. So when you have thins and you arrange them in a chain, a long chain, they become polythenes. Just like you have polygamy. So now this is polythenes. You have different things, put them together, make a long chain, and we call them polythenes. Now these polythenes can become unstable if you put them on heat. So when you put them on heat, of course when you have a long chain of polythene, you can make a bag out of them, and so we make it a polythene bag. This is where the thing comes from, polythene bag. Now if you put food in a kavera, in a polythene, and you put it on heat, the thins start becoming unstable and they leave the polythene bag, they go into the food. I hope you get it. Now, when it goes into the food, for you get your mubumbo and start eating it. So you are eating both mubumbo plus. Now tell me that you will convince the body not to have some bit of cancerous cells. Tooro, we are the ones who have the greatest supply of banana leaves. We take them to Kampala to buy kavera to cook our food. The Kampala boys buy our banana leaves and they use them productively. Which kind of unserious people are you? Are you seeing how food is the one killing us? So the disease burden is high here, malnutrition is very high because of the mikwatire ebyokulya kandi being unserious with the food. Let us, you see this newspaper Sunday, they were saying that Uganda's maize poses cancer risk. They just didn't put cancer in Tooro, they said cancer risk. But from the photos I've just shown you, do you think we can survive cancer? And here people start telling us we don't have market for maize, what? But the maize has been brought back from Kenya, from Uganda actually, it has been rejected. You've seen the newspapers. Even Sudan, the most vulnerable country, rejected our maize. Why? Because you are drying it wrongly, putting it on the tarmac. You find people with the food on the top of a roof. Imagine people who are landing here. You have people drying cassava on top of rusted iron sheets in your homes. Which kind of unserious individuals are you? Just move and I show them how it looks like. There is a lot of trouble. Someone has a shop, and we have leaders here. A shop has a bijuma by'embeba, mulimu ebijuma by'abantu, mulimu sukali, bikintu mu duuka. How do you sell Panadol and whatever together? There are people here who are running schools. Our children are eating beans with paraffin. I don't know that you are aware. Now paraffin is a fuel. For you are putting it in the beans. When the people die, paraffin is taken as a preservative by very serious Ugandans, but also they claim that paraffin can put down libido levels for boys, can put down hysteria conditions for girls. And these are findings we keep telling us ourselves, and I think we need to move out there and do the needful. Yes. So members, food handling is an issue that is causing us all this trouble. So children are eating a lot of food, but they are not using it because the food is not proper. You just imagine, in our communities, many people die, those who want to commit suicide. Instead of hanging themselves, they go and buy kijuma kiendeva. That is common sense. They go and buy kijuma kiendeva and they swallow it and do what? Now, a person of reproductive age who might even be here in this house also picks the same kijuma kiendeva na kiteka muhimbe vya abantu. I've been using those ones. Here we have also people nagenda nagula panado najikozesa kuchunga ebyokulya by'abantu. And this is where we are having issues with antibiotic resistance. Neba kuwa omubazi ono bulwaire omubazi negwanga okukola. Why? Because you've been taking a lot of it in food. I hope you are getting what I'm just saying. That is why we came to talk about nutrition, because I don't want you to go back and then you are dilly-dallying. No, tell communities of the realities of what we want to do with food. We still have people here, they may not be here though, but you are not very serious consumers. How do you go to a shop, you are going to buy milk? Hata mmoja natunga kavera akeragwire na kiamjaketi. Akikimba kwa vile vya mata. You see the guy pulling a kavera from a dirty jacket. This is your money. And then the guy even blows the air inside there. I mean, which kind of individuals are you? This is your money, you are buying food to give you health. Why should you buy food to give you health and give you disease? Imagine if that person has tuberculosis. Imagine if that person has COVID. Imagine if that person has those other problems. What would you do? So you are buying people food, but plus poisons, plus because I want to get one, we are taking things for granted. Members, have we understood the subject? I want to stop with microplastics. Just a little bit, the last one, the previous. Now we have this challenge. If you look at those bottles, we have a lot of waste. You know, Father Mayombo loves clean places. You can move around and pick for us bottles or whatever. People go and misuse the bottles, pack food in those bottles. Now, if you go to the next slide, these are samples we are taking to the laboratory, and this is how it looks. Just imagine that photo there. So for you are drinking these, I don't know how they call them, and this is what goes along with us. This is how it looks like. When you look at the microscopic view, this is how those things look like. Now you are taking food plus something else. And that is why with economic development, unless we improve nutrition, unless we improve consumption of food, which is safe, tetugenda kutunga development hana weight. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stop here and leave my colleagues to discuss.
And this goes to show the importance of this topic. More time than usual, because I think we need to do justice for this topic. And you brought it to life, to examples is Tooro. And the emphasis is there's a direct relationship between malnutrition and poverty in Tooro. Authorized statistics as highly to over 40%. That's intergenerational poverty and wealth that we are creating. you know, tubali bana bonka, tubali bakazi bonka, nenga basaija kugenda mukala bakabunda on the way home, mukakoma kichapati, that's pure oil and starch, mukakomuka muigusire, tumukana nokulia akadodo, ngojwahire, tinkwenda kuongea go beyond that. You can imagine what goes on. You are affecting future generations. You will have more, it's not just the women. You'll be unable, your population will continue dropping every year. So thank you so much, Dr. Bwambale. Kanyete attain Catherine at her recommendations.
Obale muno chair wa session kandi omukuru Bwambale twoki obale muno ebintu byona abibalizeho kuguruma kintu kizibu muno kandi niyo nsonga habwake nturora itonka bibibomezi ebizibu biturukutunga nimurora abakazi abakufana bazara abakazi aba bakufana bazara ekikubaletera kufa niko kulema kukola enchwamu habwo kubita ntugamba bibibomezi kujja kurora omukazi yazara kurungi omwana yakura ayina kuba nakola enchwamu atabaire kukererwa ekwemiringo 3 ningenda nkubazeho haba abantu baitu abali hano murwana naito kurora ntuyihaye nkerererwa egi kukererwa kwa mukazi anyakwinenda kukola enchwamu kugamuka akagenda mu irwaro kukererwa kwa mukazi kuga mu irwaro rundi kugamuka kutunga entambura rundi ndubata kandi kukererwa kwa mukazi okutunga obuhereza hairwaro ngira nimukimanya kurungi ngo ebire byenyuma haho tukafera abakazi babiri kandi abakazi bakufa bigarukira itwe bitu ekimu hansonga ekikuletera abakazi kufa niko kulema kuchwamu kandi kulema kuchwamu habo kubo bwongo bukaguruma akarwa mu isomero tamanyira mugaso go kebezenda tamanyira mugaso go kuzara mu rwaro bane mu abakazi abakugenda bakalindera mu bazalisa abekisaka abatukweta abasehenyi kandi nk'obukama bwa Tooro nka Tooro tuyina kurwana okurora abantu abantu bihamu ekintu kyokereza abakazi baitu so hati ebizibu bino tubikoreki ekyo kubanza tuyina kurora twatunga ekintu ekitukweta intergeneration dialogue meetings nkene ituyina abantu benyine basobole kubazaho ebizibu byabo kandi nabo benyine betereho omutemo rundi ekibasobora kukora nko kutakozere biro byenyuma haho hakigambo cyakuruka ko mwerero n'abana baitu kutwareda bacyari bato abo bwire binge tuwensa kubazaho teenager pregnancy n'ibindi hanyuma nturora ngo cultural institutions deputy prime minister akibalizeho gakurungi it has structures kugira kimuhorengo rwecyaro abanyoro abamasaza kugira kimuhorengo wa district tuyina kurora twatekaho umuringo ngo kusobora kubazaho ibintu bibyindise abantu baitu kutonde byokurya eka bakareke tayina byokurya abantu baitu kwikara bakine ekigambo ekikugamba ekigenda munda tikisesa mbiri ngira mwarora hano nora bahali no gure kikamando ekigenda munda tikikoraki tikisesa mbiri eke tuyina kurora twakikwasiza harengo rwobukama rundi culture kandi tutalemese ekigambo cy'orugali orugali tuyina kurora twara mesa atenka kiro kino twakwere tuyina orugali tusemeyo kurya byokurya ebindi byona twakwere tuyina orugali then ekiri ntwenda we need to integrate nutritional agenda religious agenda cultural agenda technical nebindi byona and we need to make it an event. It can be an annual or biannual buli kicheka ky'omwaka kugamba ngo hati omutwe guri guhamalya mabi rundi ebyondisa kandi tuketa abantu bona bakasobora kuba batunga kusomesebwa hanyuma mu maramizo ninja kubazaho tuyinakana rundi ariho babaho emikoro yankweta abafumbo kandi nimanya abafumbo bano butubeta tukira kubazaho ubugambe ibindi nimanya relationship ibindi baitu ekigambo kyebyokurya kunyira hamwe kukara bakoraga kubegerangana kuri ekibire kikire ntubazaho so tusobora kuteka abantu abo kubaleka ngo ekigambo ekindi no kubegerangana no kuri byokurya birungi no kutunga omwira hamwe kiri kimwe kisobora kuspicinga marriage relationship hanyuma nitwetaga no kutunga omulingo tusobora abazaire kubegesa kutunga omwiri bino byona ebyabambaleba nabazaho. Parents have become, they are suffering from TB. Musagamba ningamba kakonko, no. TB too busy. Parents have become too busy. Omukazi w'ekyaro nawe nagamba ali busy. Takusa kuchumba ekihule mu bwire, takusa kuchumba ekihule kiteekateekaine, habuka nagambira ali busy. Ali busy nakoraki? Tosa kumanya natonda ennyanya mu katale atwire. Then bana abasomere nimanya atoki Honorable Sylvia kigambireho gabasomere mu bya the worst. Abana nibabalekera abakozi kandi tubakwenda kwonca kandi nakyo tukira kikuru muno. So twenda we need to have time okurora abantu bali bona ntubashikira ntubaza nabo timanyira twatufora, but we need to reach parents so that they can have time to cook, they can have time to care for their children. Omukazi naleka kwonca omwana mazima ha myezi 2 batandika kumuha amata aguha agembuzi agente agatacumbire hata abantu bona bagenzere mu mafuka bantu batayina buntu habokuba tubakutunga genes okuruga antibodies kuruga mbazaire babo nabekyo turakora ebi ningira tusobora kora hempingisa nahabwire ningira bakandekere na mugezi nkagaba agire cyanagaho habokuba ubiri witu buri ku mubare muno.
Chamunatenyi mwazura recommendations yezo turainga tuzibazeho later in plenary. That was a very important topic. Ekinhiremo ki obalize binge bukuru ekimwe kikuru ekinhiremo nikyo ekyo kulira hamu like we used to do in the olden days. Hata abantu bali as I say mu handa rwaju nibajomuka tubakwenda kulira hameza ronda kwikara hamu tokumanya no hata rukulia ebyo kumara ezo cultural practices zaitu ezo zikaba zomugaso muno. We need to go back and draw out what was the best out of our cultures and traditions and use them, merge them, blend them with the modern life. Hati mbaza kweta Atenyi Stephen Kagaba kuja kutubalizaho a very important topic leadership and policy in nutrition and socio-economic development. Atenyi.
Okay, thank you so much. Abagurusi n'abakuru ensinganto umwina abanyakuhamu nja kusaba munyikirize nja kukozesa edimi 2 habukuba halimu abantu abandi obundi abatusobora kutegereza kurunga mu biro tururu Tooro kandi kirungi tuhumazire kuhuraho ngo abatoro basomeseza abana kandi kusoma basomere ururimi rwitu kwijja kuba urukutalibaniza. When you go to the Greek of old, you might have heard that society was categorized into several or different segments. There were the idiots. And there is no shortage of such men and women in our society and entire country. These idiots fail to claim that they do not care what happened to the society. They do not care what is happening to their surroundings. They live in the world as if it belongs to them. They destroy society and they are toxic to their own societies. We have another category of people, and that is the tribesmen and tribeswomen. These people, or this population, look at the world from the prism of tribalism. They too destroy society. Then we have another category. Those are the citizens. These citizens are aware of their circumstances. These citizens sacrifice all to ensure that their societies take a step. These citizens are the ones that we're even seeing here. So I can conclude and say that I'm now not addressing idiots. I am not addressing tribesmen and tribeswomen, but I am addressing citizens. Therefore, good afternoon, citizens. Niyenda kutwara omugisa guno bantu bahanga kubazaho ensonga zinu ez'ebyokulya. Niyenda kusiima abagenzi bange habwa ensonga ezo zibabalizeho kandi ebintu ebingi babihireyo. Baitu ntakagenzera hansonga eri ngenda kubanza kumaliriraho akantu kanu hansonga ebyokulya bamazire kutusoborora baitu ebyokulya binu ntujja kwesanga ngo sometimes ebyokulya binu nitubikozesa kubi. Nosanga ngo ebyokulya obine bingi baitu ebyokulya bingi ebyoine endya yabyo nogikozesa kubi. Ekyo kurora emibiri yaitu enu kurora yayemera wayemera ku musajja ku mukazi owanya kwinamana iteganize genda kukora osemera kusanga oina enganda isatu ez'ebyokulya ezokulya buli kasumu aho nitwina ebyokulya ebiritukweta ebikumbeka omubiri rundi ebyokulya ebiritukweta carbohydrates. Ebyokulya ebyo nibyetagwa mubiri gwawe habwokuba nibyo ebyokulya ebituha amaani kurora twarubata ebyo babyeta abandi good foods. Tuna ebyokulya klasi ya kabiri nibyo ebyokulya ebiturukweta proteins. Proteins, those are the body building foods. Hatu noja kusanga abana baitu nibaguruma habwokuba ngo ebyokulya ebya mulingogo tibakubitunga. Hati waragenda kwemera kubaha ebyokulya obora bochumbire ebitoke n'enjagi hati mbija kuba ebitoke n'enjagi throughout the week. Obora ochumbire ekintu kyochumbire tibalansingire nkimanyisa ngo omubiri tigurukwija kutunga kiki kyonyini ekigusemerire kutunga. So hati aho niharugaho ekiturukweta malnutrition na stunting runizera. Kandi ensonga ende itusemerire kuba nitumanya kakuba abana baitu rundi bantu baitu batalya kurungi kuguruma kujja kweyongera kukulisa hazino kiri kintu ekyo kuswaza buno kandi mikino kuhemura nikihemura kusanga ngo ensi Tooro nitwebembera orukahara orwabana abanyakulmalnourished ngi abanyakulistarted mu kikalo cyo kwemera kusanga twebembire mu bantu batutanda hakurakurana. If I go to remember kora abasajja bakuru abanyakuli hanu kakola bemera bakarora ebere bakozere nyuma bakarona sahazino kuhura gutora neba malnourished I think nokura nebaliriza mutima nomuramuta kubarora. That's why nicho rororangu abasajja bakuru abisazi baletire TPC kurangu tubazaho ensonga nkazinu so that turuge hasi yidara netusobole kutera urutamu kandi turaba tutalire kurungi abana baitu batalire kurungi nikibali kimanyisangu ebo byona tibukujja koraki tibukujja kwikira. So hati nitugamba tuti haloho orutambu orwabebembezi baitu nabo baina kuba nibakoraki nibakoraho nuko tusobole kurora ngo netu twagenda kurungi ntandikire ningamba ngutwine abantu abibingegi. So nikimanyisa ngo abantu bona abanyakulyoko itwena twimuke tufoke citizens tumanye ebitusemerire kukora tugire orujunalizibwa hansi yaitu nuko tusobora kuchungura nokwimukya kutwara mu maiso ensi yaitu eno ya Tooro. Other than that ntujja kwikara ntuguru abebembezi baitu baguru abebembezi b'amadini n'abaguru hati yasiona ne guru Tooro wenda koraki niziva marakimu kanani wa otherwise ekyo nikikafuhe baitu kikujja kubaho habokuba ntujja kwemera kurango ebibona byahwaho twayombeka Tooro eyabana abalija nabo ebibasobora koraki ebibasobora kurango bagurubezao. When I allow my mind to go memory lane, I will remember so vividly that throughout ages what has distinguished humanity is the question of leadership. Those are leaders who rise up. Those are leaders who come up. and say to themselves that indeed we must rise to ensure that our circumstances must change. Those are the leaders. Those are the leaders who will never see Tooro, who will never see people on Tooro get started, and they do nothing, and we allow them to go without any circumstance. So as Tooro, we must understand exactly what we want, and that's why I'm requesting our leaders to know exactly what they should provide for us. Habokuba ensonga yenu kakuba abembezi baitu batunagira maiso nkibakyoyi. There are things which I have already seen ebinkura nibinchumika nibinduma n'umutima. Now for instance, when I need peanuts at home, Tanzanians give me peanuts. When I need onions, but this will give me onions, as if our land here lost all the fertility. We have even reached an extent of even importing chicken, as if our chicken forgot how to lay eggs. So we are just there. So tusaba abantu bahanga ngutuna kurora ngutoye kwa tram. Abantu baito mlenda sent. Why can't we empower them to use the land they have? Why can't we empower them? Kurora ngu ebituna byona twabikozesa kurungi. Habakuba kurora ngu tulya obutunguru obujuru Tanzania. Abantu baitante bachalima obutunguru. Nijuka karango kyegegwa kyaka ekabensi ekumanywa ekulima ebinyobo. Baitwasa hazinu genda kabundere genda mpanga ebinyobwa ebya hanu timanye no kutera papa simu bora nosora kubirona. So tukahora yokimu, we are just like that. So habobwire mbere nyine bwambo binge binakubera bimbaza baitu ni saba leka tunole mutwateka hamani nkabebembezi ni saba abebezi ita bali parliament bakole policies kandi zibe implemented as quota nutrition kandi ni nyongera ni saba na abebezi ita bisazi na TPC tutaho amani leka tuongerezemo amani musorokana kazinu nukusobole kurura mutwagenda maiso kurungi tutungire ekizibu ekinde kintasobora kurugana tabalezeho. Those are the non-communicable diseases rundi endwire ezitakuruga mu buhuka nankaha eziturumbire nturora tutungire endwire eza cancers nturora tutunga endwire eza sukali zitoire abantu baitu abamugaso abakubeni bongera kumbeka Tooro baitu ezo zone endwire nizirugira hakurya okutukuryamu endwire ezo zona zirugira hamiye twalize yetu habakuba mukuba nidoro muto wa hanu kwenera kurangwa yemerira alire kihuro ekiri kwenda kana no kutanga abaseja abakuru abo myaka yanje kutandikira myaka makumyana genda higuru kakuba oli ayemera akarya omucheri akarya nyama hati aho benja kurura alire baitu ngenda kubagambira abaseja bakuru n'abakazi bakuru nyacyange oboraba omazire kwice myaka makumyana ndo hamazu nikusaba mu Rwanda Tereza bitondora ngatize mu mutima oyaganyire ekintu kibarukweta refined carbohydrates kitalieki noja kufu. Refined carbohydrates no hari mcheri ndo twinabuna obuhunga obukusibu ebyomebe iyo abantu abacyariyo muri mukunywa sukari hamyaka makumyana no genda igono bagambye sukari yegera mugaso mu burwawe sukari ino mbagaso mu burwawe niye yokurya mu byenju mu bukaka mbintu bya muri nyoko bito sukari ya kagikeki osemiriye gifuza kimwe na hameza yawo habokuba ejo nejya kukwita. So nicho nisaba abantu barhanga then abarayemera kakuba tuba bwire tubajya kora experiments bito bwire tutubini kakuba oyemera sahazin okemera karora enda yawegi ekizira hakaleju kan egenzera mu maisoko hati wose byo kutanga kuteka mu mkungo kurra habokuba kimanya ngo bwire talbahara nyencha bajya kuzika. So hati eri byona nibireterezebwa and echo nakyo kitukubazaho that is also malnutrition. Hato mtu abakorora ngo enda yayijana bagamba ngo hato ni yatunga sente kandi kumucyali that is malnutrition. Ito malnutrition mutekereza muri ko mutwe kwemera akacheka kwanga ngo yono muno no kwemera okatunga ende kanyeta biche byona that is malnutrition. You must exercise regularly. Okora exercise regularly kurora ngo wekala no mubiri ogusemerire kandi olengera no kwemera kurora ngo walya ebyokulya byakusemerire na abana baitu tubalise ebyokulya byakusemerire balansingire carbohydrates, proteins, and vitamins n'ebyuma mbibahe muleka amapera genda gatunda mukatale na avocado nabyo mbibahe na dodo mugibahe bagiri abantu barahanga nyenda kubasima habwakaire nakubenyine bigambo binje bigalihira as an epidemiologist ebigambo nakubenyine bingi baitu mukama rahanga asobola kubandindera turwanise korora ngo twaterekereza kandi twakoze ensi yaitu obu nitulisa abana baitu nituombeka Tooro eyanyencha kandi neyarujukuru baitu eyibalija bakasanga mu kyomu.
Thank you, Muno. Mbagambire genten topic is very important to hear of wheel of taito, but in more of interview Kurugambio Mugaso, and it would have been fair to give each speaker the audience just to summarize to the topic the importance of effective nutrition and its role, how vital it is in socio-economic development in Tooro. To hear from the speakers, Dr. Bwambale, I think Catherine, Mr. Stephen Kagaba, but kwasile bintu byomugaso muno, from defining the problem to making recommendations. Ekitumanyire ngu gambo kyokulya kino lays a foundation for everything in Tooro. It's a foundation for health. It influences everything from maternal to child health to how we work, how productive we are. Now, my class education achievement is directly related to nutrition. Any generational poverty to the cycle of bad nutrition. Because well-nourished individuals are more likely to excel academically, economically, and to lead to improved life opportunities na community yaitu yon to grow. Ekigamba ky'abakazi tukyemphasizingire muno habwokuba era abakazi nubo baroleraga the diets in the home. Just because we're in a modern world does not mean every bintu inokubinagiriza. But we're talking about for a reason. Mseja ni wenye meka, aimeka. Umukazi ni wenye na wenge, oine wongo. Mubukozese to benefit your families going forward in terms of nutrition, in terms of the families, in terms of productivity. To the intergenerational impact of nutrition, which cannot be overstated, with benefits passing down. Dr. Bwambala Kibalizeo, that if you have a stunted child, now kura, now a stunted man, now a stunted child, now stunted child, now a stunted mukazi, and it's terrible. And, you know, you know, I was a stunted man, I married a stunted woman. Okay, policies and leadership play a critical role in this context. Effective leadership and policy making are central for implementing comprehensive nutrition program. They encompass healthcare access, agricultural support, food safety, and economic stability. Leaders must prioritize nutrition, ensuring intersectional collaboration and evidence-based decision making. But where statistics but where examples, that's what we call evidence-based. Policies in the future, we need to have something to back it up. So that is so important. So it is a holistic approach that we need here to address immediate nutritional needs that will lead to long-term health, economic growth, and social well-being in Tooro. I hope I've summarized what you've said all along. Ningoza kwasima mutyomono, ningoza mbete mujomaiso antuteruwe a generational picture. Mulijukeraho when you see our growth growing and we no longer have stunted children. Please, Mr. Cameraman, come. No, I want my panelists to come in front. It's okay. Come in front. If you see any growth that happens in terms because of this statement that we've talked today, thank you so much.
Kando tuwira kurungi kwa session yenu mtukilize sina vitandikire mtukilize manyire utugaramiziweho awekipimisa ateni tombutime Minister kuungana mna ateni kugonza Tooro atena kutikamba karuru habakuba timbugo ndikara wetu abantu ushobora bamukomara muno hakuba agonza mu Tooro ubande ateni kandi tuno wakitimisa Honorable Catherine Kamwine, Resident State Commissioner for Publicity. Kutangira balikuza arasisi wetu wenyewe. Munikirize saa zino tukamanyiro kundi yete ate ageri atapata kavera for some much wisdom and guidance.
Thank you very much, Musivere Mutabarungi. Musivere Mutabarungi. Ningonza ukubasaba iganyire tubaire tutekerize lunch turagitunga saha musanju baitu abaza nutrition nagenda hero nasanga batekanize chapati, so I have just sent the chapatis back and asked the kitchen to revise their menu, so that's the reason for the delay for lunch. And so now a little change in our program. We are going to have three things. One is I'm going to invite our Minister of State for Health, Honorable Margaret Muhanga. She'll be leaving us soon, and she would like to say something to us. And then after that, we are going to have a plenary that Muslim Mayombo is going to chair. And immediately after that, we are going to have our friends to brief us on their service to this region, people from Equity Bank, and perhaps when they come, they will tell you what they have done for us. So that will be the last for this session, and immediately then we shall go for our dodo instead of chapati. So, Honorable Muhanga, please.
Engaro za abali Minister wetu kanda MP for North Division.
No, okay. I'm not the chair of the session, but you answer when we call hey. And somewhere I saw the Baganguru.
Otiomuna dieri abakuru mwana mbitinsa yanyu abanyakuri hano abakuru mu government, the Honorable Tony Mbutima Atenyi, Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Alex Ruhunda, MP for Tooro Central, Chairman wetu wa LC5, abembezi b'edini bena bali hano nimbamanyira kandi mbahikitinisa. When these people spoke here about health, I was really triggered because I have been in the Ministry of Health for 2 years. I really understand a lot of things. But what triggers me most is the disease burden that the Ministry of Health is battling. 75% of our disease burden is preventable. I come to these hospitals, visit, I go for health promotions. Everybody is talking about patients, drug stockouts, lack of hospitals. I mean, all these are preventable. 75%, imagine if we had only that 25, we'd be in a better place. Now, which are the preventable diseases? Cancers are preventable. Cardiovascular diseases are preventable, like the nutritionists here have been telling you. Diabetes type 2 is preventable. But do you know what causes it? And it attacks people like us. You came here driving, you are going back home driving, you sit home and watch TV and eat well. you don't exercise your body at all. One of the speakers said, if you see your stomach is bigger than the chin, just know you're in danger. That stomach, you have never even given birth. Even me who has given birth to 4 children, I don't have it. Meaning, you need to exercise. Because each time you sit on all the food you have eaten, it turns into fat. It generates fat. And one of the speakers said, after 40, no, it's 35, when a human being starts what they call diminishing returns. If you are 35 and you still take fatty foods, you still take sugar, soda, beer, you're in danger. You need to do things in moderation. You may say you crave for it, but take a little. Temwaseka muzirinzire ova Christmas. Nente zora nabazisomba from all over the country to come and slaughter them. But please, it's not a joke. Your life is in your hands. Let me tell you this classic example, which I first saw in Kyenjojo in 2021. I went to Kyenjojo General Hospital and I found malnourished children. I only remembered learning about malnutrition when I was in primary school. I was shocked. I talked to the doctors, I talked to the parents that I found in this hospital. I said, what is the cause of malnutrition in this area where you can even throw keys and they grow? How can our children have malnutrition in this Tooro region? Now, I went back to the ministry and I found out 4 things that are causing this malnutrition. The first one is alcoholism. Parents drink all the money and they can't buy food at home. The second one is domestic violence. The third one was illiteracy. People who are illiterate sometimes and complacent. Because sometimes even if somebody has never gone to school, they know what they need to feed their children on. But that is now complacency due to poverty, due to apathy, due to I don't care type of attitude. Then others were older people taking care of young children. Others were child-headed families, others were grandmothers taking care of children. They don't have all that time to look for beans, to look for milk, to look for a good diet for their children. And so this is what we are battling in Uganda, preventable diseases. From the rich to the poor, you are all bringing that burden to us. The other preventable diseases, which I know Honorable Alex knows because he's been fighting them, are accidents. Accidents are preventable. Cindy, you don't have to be involved in an accident if you're a careful driver. In very few incidents, you may not control it. You can park your car, the lorry rams into you. But 90% of these accidents are preventable. Drunken driving, careless driving, ikimama, that's what they call it. So road traffic accidents are also preventable. HIV and AIDS, it's preventable. HIV and AIDS is a preventable disease. But do we really take care of who we met with and faithfulness in homes? Even among young people, right now in the Ministry of Health, our statistics show that HIV prevalence is among young people below 25. That's where the highest prevalence is. And yet in 2004 and 5, I was doing a master's and my study was in HIV. It was more prevalent among married couples. You can see how it keeps turning and twisting. Now the most sad story is that this region is leading in all those things we are talking about. This region. HIV prevalence, you are above the national average. Teenage pregnancies. We were in Harugongo with Aboki with the team from Ministry of Health. Teenage pregnancies in Harugongo sub-county is at 24% of young people getting pregnant when they are teenagers, between 15 and 19. In Kamwenge, a child of 19 is at a third born. This is what Monica was telling you. She was talking about generational problems, because once these children give birth at 15, they have not gone to school. Meaning the children won't go to school. The husband didn't go to school. Well, he's an old dude in the village, 60 years old. So it becomes a generational problem. But you didn't go to school, your children won't go to school, and your grandchildren won't go to school. Because you will give birth at 15, your daughter will give birth at 13, your granddaughter will give birth at 16. So by the time you are 40, you have a great-grandchild. Depending on the same piece of land that your parents had, it's a crisis. Do not sit in any comfort zone and think it's not part of your problem. It's part of our problem, and we need to solve it together. I said HIV we are leading in the country, but stunted children, no. Kabale has the highest. You need to study more. Kabale has the highest number of stunted children in our statistics, followed by Bushenyi, but as individual districts. But if you talk about the region, maybe. But if we are talking about a single district, Kabale is way higher than here in Fort Portal. Stunted children. But what are the causes? Alcoholism. When women go and cultivate, till the land, at the time of selling, the man comes and sells the food that they produced at home, and the man drinks all the money, and at home there's nothing to eat. What happens is stunted children. Alcohol abuse. Uganda hit charts, you remember? Just recently, this year alone, we were ranked among the world's most alcoholic consumers, and we are number 3. Thank you and clap for yourselves for drinking too much alcohol and enjoying life. Sincerely, what is this? We are also in the Ministry of Health fighting promotion of these alcoholic drinks. Some of these factories are based here in Tooro. Am I lying? Alcohol of 200 shillings, even a child can find a coin of 200 and buy themselves alcohol. It starts with us parents. Even parents send their children to buy alcohol when they are kids. Kids are supposed to be left alone. They don't even understand what is happening to them. Another sad story. Those teenage pregnancies actually increase our maternal mortality rates. And even infant mortality rates. Remember, this is a child. She doesn't even understand what is happening to her body. And then somebody comes, defiles her, she gets pregnant, she's annoyed with this pregnancy, she gives birth and does not take care of this child. Because she's a child. She wasn't prepared for this. You spoiled her future. And so she does not take care of this child. Still, it goes to a generational poverty-stricken family. Right? Now, if all of us went back to our communities and spoke to people, don't you think we can make a change? The Ministry of Agriculture has been running a program alongside the Ministry of Health, but the main funders were under Ministry of Agriculture, on nutrition. And I've been to many places where we have those spots of people who are teaching nutrition. And the good thing, or the good news, is it's in schools. I've been here in Karambi Primary School, some school in Kichwamba where they're implementing this program. Children understand. They even sang songs telling us that it's better to eat vegetables and fruits more into your body than the high carbohydrates and other foods. So when a child is growing up, you need to give them a good diet. Actually, abajungu batandika omwana akyali munda. They prepare even for these pregnancies, but most of ours are accidental. you just find yourself pregnant and life goes on. The next day you're in a bad drinking garage, but this is affecting the brain of your child. Like Mr. Wambale said, it starts growing in your womb. So the brain gets stunted when you are drinking alcohol when you are pregnant. You give birth, because you are drinking alcohol, you don't have time to attend to this child or to give them a good nutrition. Right? Both husband and wife are drinking and beating one another every evening. That is the life we lead. But even the countries that are very developed and everyone is literate, in America they have 40% obesity. So you can imagine where people are downtrodden with poverty, even those who are rich are using the wrong foods and growing fat. There are people who can't even get out of bed because of being fat. I hope you watch TLC. There's a channel on TV called TLC. You see obese people. And obesity is a disease, a terrible one. People who can't even get out of their houses. They have to make doors for them, they have to widen everything, but it's just food. Nothing else brought these diseases. So I want to implore you guys that when we get out of here, let's talk to people. Because the more we do this health promotion, sometimes we take our vans and do health promotion. Like here we had it with the Kingdom of Tooro. There were many people. Many leaders came from all over Tooro to join this health promotion. But if you put it outside here and you have not talked to anybody, people just pass and say, what are these people talking about? Yet you are talking about their health. That the moment you pass 35, I don't want to go to 40. Take those carbohydrates off your plate. Those meats, red meat especially, beef and goat. Please leave it. You won't die. Eat fish. Eat chicken. Eat duck. And others that are white meat. Leave pork. Why should you eat pork every day? They have given me 1 minute. Okay, enjoy your pork. We shall meet at Muhinga Hospital when we are down with diabetes. Thank you very much.
I want to thank you so much. And there's reason why His Excellency the President appointed 2 health ministers, and both of them are women. Because if women in this hall and in this region decided to change our nutrition, they would succeed. So I would thank you so much for the wise word. Another quick change, sorry MC, another quick change is instead of the plenary now, I want to invite Equity, use 15 minutes to talk to us. And then after that, we go into the plenary. Actually, 15 is too much for you, even 10 is enough. The reason actually come. This is Mr. Kazoba, working with Equity Bank. You know, this conference is Burundi Once, is self-funded. It has been funded by about 63 people. And whatever we enjoy is a contribution of 63 good willing people, and one of those people is Equity Bank, who have funded us with 3.5 million. Please clap for them. So 15 minutes?
abayobozi ba Tooro inywena nabatekanize conference yano yitaga kwa simu muno abobwire omuhaire yokurangu abantu ba Tooro basobora kutunga obwire nkabuno nibaija hamwe nibazaaha ebintu ebirungi muno kandi nsemerire muno nko mu rwanga rw'okubanza nsemerire muno kuraba ngu twatunga naitwe omugisa guno okuba nainwe omu conference enu ibana banyeta Samuel Kagaba kandi nkora mu Equity Bank Head Office nka Senior Manager Senior Relationship Manager Public Sector and Social Investments kandi nyine team okuruga Fakpoto Branch nayizire okora nitu abakyawa mukuruga itu agatwine nkora mu Equity Bank okubanza nsima abantu nyina ababaire rundi abali members of Equity Bank especially in Uganda and you have utilized all our services. Equity Bank in Uganda 50 branches and it operates on 2 engines. Two engine ibiri harolokota commercial engine engine ya loans na ebintu ebindi byona then tuna engine inde wakweta shosho hati shosho engine naito mutwizira hano kwa shosho engine dealing with the NGOs and the religious organizations to help the churches. Mkimanyango Equity Bank and one of the banks yasobeire kukonyera Church of Uganda wekabine kyombeko kyabo kimazire miaka 45 kikyali ine dream ekyombeko kikakitandikira mwaka gwa 1996 ine dream kyonka tutaga kusima ruhanga ngo mwaka gwa 2011 Equity Bank karugayo yabahereza bilioni nkaga hataro omusingo gwona kyonka tusima ruhanga ngo kyombeke kikawa in 2018 kandi cyamaze kuba naitwe gaitwe banka tukaroa ko kusobora okuyambaho urundi kukonyera aba Church of Uganda naitwe twatwaraho katugambe nka tenants because we have tenants in church house naitwe twatwaraho floors 8 kandi buli floor wage ito nsosora milioni 10 per month, so that means 8 floors we pay 800 million per month kandi tujikonyire muno korango loni igime garuka hansi muno hasa heno sugaizeho bilioni 10 yonka kite kimikistere mungawe kya mwana kyoka bisaidi zato tugenze hona okorango tukonyera abantu korango at least twatunga mugisa okorango abantu abana batogera ntubakonyera akatwi n'abantu be tugenze okubona nabo nibetaga kwondeke byombeko byabo kandi tumanye naito mu fotopoto muno asaba so kwija sobora okoragana hamwe abakwa twine ito portfolio yetu sobora kuha omuntu mu single entity up to 350 million US dollars which is almost equivalent to around like 1.3 trillion omuntu omwenke single person akwa tuli sente nyingi under Africa Resilience and Recovery Plan naboko wali omuntu wena in a project ya amani muna yakwetaga to do a generational project we have the money to give to that person. Are you omuntu good? Okay. Nene kintu twetaga okuteka amani muno manyire yitwe we don't believe too much in lamentations. We believe in the book of actions as Equity Bank. Can saba naitwe out of this abantu wana ba discussing very nice discussions. You have some kind of action planning. Naitwe one of the actions. Can one of the actions kutaga kutwara muno maiso is the action of financial literacy. Obire bona tutara abantu bazira banka nibaija bamazire to be affected. Omuntu okanija mu banka kusera sente zokore kintu which is sustainable. You have to come when you are very sober. Kionka abantu batutungira most cases the bank they come when they are injured.
nabweki omuntu ali injured rundi ali stunted, when he borrows a loan it's difficult to pay back because that obwongo butakora kurungi kandi ojagame nango gitakusaininga mpereze ebintu osaininga takumanya ngu out of all those things there are conditions how you are supposed to pay back the loan. Nabweki itwe nka Equity Bank twine team kusobora kwegesa what we call financial literacy free of charge. All the circles in Kabarole or in Rwenzori region, in the Tooro region, Mutwete, we shall reach the different places across Tooro region. Because we are doing it already in the different places. Kionka abantu abatwesere munu, babaire bantu bantungamo and in Barrow districts. Ako abantu abataga, they get to understand, do I need to take a loan now? At what level do I need to take a loan? When my project is somewhere, it's very important that abantu what they call financial literacy information. Nuko basobole okurangu at least beija bayihora sente kandi basobora sente nukuzikozesa amagoba nibasobora nokusobora okuzigarra akwanaitu tiziri sente zaitu sente ezi ziretebwa inywe because when you give us that money in deposits we work behind backwards because we have a license from Bank of Uganda, we make a profit. Tunuko, kandi mukimanyire ngo Equity Bank itwe tusichajinga omuntu wena owaija na yavra naitu. We don't have what we call monthly charges. Tumukimanyire. Iyo kintu kukukirikiti. Kandi muze kimwahera ntuje kibagamba kunjabo kuba iyo barabo otuletire capital as Equity Bank. We are using this capital to make more money, isn't it? Why should we charge you? In fact, we are going to get a bank and you're million. What I like it when it is a capital. You know, Muzikozesa, you can go to Muzihao, Bulimwezi, monthly. Which will like it. Now, back to Saint in churches, which you make Kusanga, Wabant, Bona, Aval Makanisa. Mainly Pentecostal churches, Church of Uganda, SDA, they are in Equity Bank. Why? Their tithes and offerings in Equity Bank, we don't remove any money from the accounts. And this goes across all the accounts of Equity Bank. Then, Chokumadirai, tuna team hano kuruga branch. Tuna sente tukoragana bitongole bingi. One of the kitongole tukoragana munu nacho nibakiita Mastercard Foundation. Na which katuletera sente nyingi for youth and women. Tukaja kusanga ngo haro abantu wengi munu who can put their practicals into practice. I mean their work into practice. For example, why did we choose youth? Kusanga youth are very many. Actually, I can remember 78% of the youth are 30 and below. Therefore, Equity Bank, we can give at least from 5 million to 5 million per youth. Owakuba aine project yone yakora. Hataro musingo gono tumusamiri. 5 million. If you have a youth who is doing something lucrative in the different places, sub-county zones at Tooro, please recommend them to come. And this lady, she's called Kawasweka, what is her name? Sylvia Kawasweka, she's in charge of that program. Naikarano for Petro branch, Mumikire, Kurangaba youth weight, they are not idle. They utilize their skills, we can be able to take this advantage. Now this is our 4th year, I think, because we took it for 5 years. But we are lucky also to renew because we have done so well. We first trained the youth to Waganda Zusente. Tiziriza popska or Tizirizaki or Tizitandikwa, Tiziriki, you have to bring it back. Now when we train them, we make sure that Saints in Lasgara, okay, tutaandika million itano wetu mtu wa progressing very well, we go to 10 million. We go up to 50 million. That money is available, please come and utilize it. Can in the next 2 years, this program can be able to roll out to the different places. Maybe Tooro people, it says you want to talk about Tooro. Let's catch up together, because there are many people we have recommended who can be able to come and have some money. But this is Abusa, so that you can also work around it, but it can also be able to pay that one person, or two or three, because they to the team in Equity Bank, which is under this program as well. Okay? So I would feel maybe I'll talk with the Father Kabra and see how we can be able to propagate this one here and work together, because there is a lot of money outside there. But in partnerships, we can be able to have this one here done. I felt so bad, Kurangu, the whole of this NGO or this kind of a thing, team an official office. The moment there is nobody to make a follow-up action points, they will remain here. So let's work together and see, we can make proposals together, we can do this kind of a thing. We have many people in the bank who are proposal writing or this kind of a thing. We can also help in one way or the other to see we raise the level of professionalism so that you can also engage in this region and contribute to national development. Then, we are a fastest growing bank. We are digitizing to make sure that your bank is on your phone. How many of you know that? That is the future bank, by the way. You know, people are using it to go into the walls of the bank and all this kind of a thing. The future bank is on your phone, because you can make all your transactions on your phone. Now, working in Sabah, I want to know who are on different WhatsApp platforms. Don't read everything and also click on it. How this business where someone says, Equity is celebrating 15 years in Uganda, they are giving a certain number of GBs or whatever. Please don't click those things. Those are hackers. Now, it is not the bank which has stolen your money, it is the phone which you are using, because someone uses the same information to hack into your phone. Now, worked in a program called Vera Steady. Please be steady. Don't click on anything. Don't forward anything. I find people forwarding very many things. Me, when I get them, I ask them, did you get the 40 GBs? Never again forward such a nonsense to me. They will never forward them to you. Now, working in Basaba, Vera Steady, the future bank is on your phone. To be a hero, Hari, Musawa Kutukira, Kuchingura account kwa Musa. It is a free account opening. In fact, as a matter of fact, if you are here and you have dialed *247#, this is our very big thing. You can enter your account using *247#. How many members of Equity Bank? Now, we are using now we are changing the digitals from 4 to 5. But be very careful so that even your husband or your wife does not know your password. We have had those people. Sometimes we have compensated very many, but sometimes the next people are either spouses, because they know your password, or members of your family. We are working with Prudential, because in the past we have been having what we call a health insurance scheme. So we are working with Prudential. Thank God, it has now given us a go-ahead, and together we have a partnership. We can actually insure up to 85 years. You know, all insurance schemes, medical insurance schemes, stop at 60 years. But we shall give you information outside there. We are working with Prudential, and we can insure up to 85 years in medical insurance at very nice kind of premiums. So don't fear, come. In the past we were at 75 with ICA, but we negotiated to have more time with, more years, so that people are able to have more years in the insurance. So we thank you so much. The company number yangu for in case you want to have any consultation. 0772 63 62 93 0772 63 62 93 and 0701 63 62 93. Samuel Kazora is my name. I sit at the church house, floor 5. In case you're in Kampala, we can have some more other discussions. If you have a bigger project to do in this region, please otukire sobole oku koragana to have this kind of a partnership. I came with Sylvia. She's in charge of micro and MasterCard Foundation in the bank for Tooro branch, and then Mr. Kusemirerwa. He's in charge, he's the credit manager in Tooro branch. Now, if you have any other thing to be aware of, feel free to contact us. We shall be able to give you all the information that you need. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Next time, by the way, we can work and have much more than this, because the good thing is that I know my MD. When I go and tell him this is happening, I can negotiate until maybe we can have a bigger, if we started early, so that we can have a nice sponsorship for the program as well. Thank you so much. God bless you.
And all Nazara knows Santa Mugashi. So,
I don't know Gamba Munizaro, Gusavaki Mugendera, no Kumama Band. Chinkando Fopoto. Tushagana maiso kandi mutuganyira habo kuba kuganira tubetekanize mutuza ku bantu na sessions then abantu nabone bagera ebakubaza betabo kuyuka no bwire ko twakatanizo bwire ebintu bindi twaire tuyina ko tubetekanize kandi nyenda genda maiso hati okutangira abantu abandi abanyakweyongire kwija muri kurato undi musoboka no Honorable Patrick Kamlindwa, Minister of Youth, Tooro Kingdom, Honorable Aaron Musigwa, Deputy Minister of Education, Honorable Ernest Kalege, Umtasorora, Ogu County Chief of Fopoto, Mr. Tom Mugara, Kingdom Administrative Officer, Honorable Henry Basaliza Arali, former MP, Honorable Catherine Kamwile, kandi tuna n'abakuru bitu ba religious leaders mubamanyire bitu bakanyongere kubatangira musunya izama yombo almaiso hano warugenda kuongeraho kachia pasmo wetu wa plenary amusunya kumaraki arali na iwe banga kwiza na Father Oyo wewe kwiza ningira rugeo bitu abereho Father Kabura kandi barabalo wetu ni host wetu bitu kandi ntongera kumutangira habo kuba atuteraniza mukikarukene ba mama baitu aba sister mubale kwiza kuba hamwe naitwe abanyatereze kandi twine hagati mulitwe kawa Kabarole district umwana wetu our own son of the land Mr. Stephen Rubaihayo ningira na wana ya rugaho kataito tubere na manager wetu wa Centenary Bank Dani Musimbuzi na abandi bengi abantu ntakazoyire ndi abantu takaroze kuringa kubenye batindi kweza kolongi nisaba nenywe mwongere okumanyisa okubakwanya uko kisobora kunkonyera okubatangira mukikarukino mbere nyara liturire betore bemagot muhanga ya nkonyera ya gama centeredness Tooro hakonye ndozere hate zange kandi wene babazaho ngaba kujya kubi nibo bagufu mbere ntandikire kuralikire na gama Torundi no for example na kubentemerire meso gabantu na munamuna kuhanure kibitungumize wagama centeredness tikiritum hariyebe tuzajyana mu meso tuyetegereza kandi turarugo tugenda lunch tuza kuhanura nuko tureza hamwe byone turabatuhanura hamwe tugaruke tuje tubireta hamwe uko bazaho hati tugenda mpano nitungira wetu wabali adiri tyakonfronte
Otimuno atwoki kagambigambi rundi MC tagena kucheke kwa plenary itwena kutunga mugisa khanura batagezera kucheke kimbasaba inywe nambaze mwemere buli omu otahindwire nk'oku oyemerire kyonka ohinduka orora enyuma abantu nk'okuhoorwere hinduka orora enyuma abantu hooro nk'okwere kandi ab'enyuma n'orwiga nk'oku muhayi n'orwiga mutahindukire mwongere mwere mu maiso nimusaba omuntu alenge okukwata ha siringi egi enyikuli hanu n'emikono ebiri kandi obaraba nomanya nagira hansi akapapura kubona akasumurira hacupa ekintu kyona ekyo nagira hansi namo okikomeho okiteeke mu nsahu ongesumurira ecupa nenda habaire amaizi nokateeke nukotwarwa hano ekikaru kyeki kikalu nikyera mwebale mwekare nsiima muno mukuru w'ekikalu kinu rector wa St. Paul's National Major Seminary anakuteekiriza okukora mu kikalu kinu nga butosanga okwatwekereza okujja kukora hano conference yetu ningira katumuteere mu ngaro twagenda mu kichweka kya session ekya plenary twikere ntuliza abantu bakubaza baingi hatubwire bwitu twena genda kubaza ningenda kuhereza omugisa buli muntu wena nikwina ekiteekerezo ekyakwenda kugamba akigambe kandi ntujja kukora tuti ninsaba waraheba omuzindaaro wena aijuke nga abantu bankwiha baikarra nyingi bahulire ebintu bingi muno topics tukazigaba twazihereza abantu abarikubazaho twabahereza nebitubikwatwaho byona abaana abakugu bagenda bakora research bahulire baprofesa n'abandi baherize ebiteekerezo baserurize bakekeya kurungi muno babireeta hati tuli hano turikuleeta bintu bishyaka muno olwo tugenda tubolekiize kusigikira hari ebi ebamazire kubazaho nahabweki arugenda kubaza nejja kuhikira ha nsonga kandi buli muntu wena agenda kubaza ninja kumuhereza edakiika emu habwokuba edakiika emu omuntu nabaza byakwenda kubaza byona okira kikaguzo nakireeta okira kiteekerezo nakireeta nagarukiraho atagaruka kuhanuura n'okuteerera oruganiki nundi njuka mu kyaro ky'owaitu ebyona tumazire kubuhurira naija kuhikira ha nsonga nukwo kikonyera abantu baingi okuleeta ebiteekerezo byabo n'okumalirira session ino tukagenda ha lunch habwokuba nikimanya nkanyewe nenye njara nebarumu so nabweki kubajukya ngu tutandikirege nyinkya nebigambo ebazibwege mukuru w'isaazi Professor Edward Gumaili abalisege mpulire habazaho Bishop Muhirwa yabaza habaho Prime Minister Bukama bwa Tooro yabaza habaho Professor Moses Muhuza yatuweza keynote address nijuka nkokwa atuwezege bintu birungi muno kandi olubazoro lwahandikira arutere mu katabu olubazoro rumwe muri wa professor arutere mu katabu nkaka bakaimukiza kali haiguru akutaga katabu akamukubwa olubazoro wa professor nagenda kagule sinye 15 kandi sinye 15 nizigaruka mu nsawo ya TPC tutukulire kurungi ogo nabweki olubazoro rwo uli mu katabu ako nabweki ninsaba kandi onge professor ongera hagarukaho na Mr. Bwambale wikende mwigara mwita doctor baitu hata ali PhD student ali kufoka doctor muhura kwa balise n'obukugu bwingi muno Bernard Bwambale atuoke akozere mu mulungi muno atwalizeho ikintu ekwatana n'emirire n'okuguruma okunyakule mu kichweka kyaitu haija Catherine Kemugabo na Peter Steven Kagaba Rubombora abo batwereke tusobora kukora batuhereza solutions bamaze kuhuriza kurungi ebya Mr. Bwambala abalize ubajja kutuyambika ekitusobora kukora kuba tuyihaho buli mwezi ubu nabo kinabo ngiye kutekera mu buryo so nyizira kubajya na mbere turugire hati kikuru nuko kugaruka habitekerezo bitu hari muzindaro bijya kwa mugenda mu maiso ninja kwanza mkichweka kinu nja kuhera msaid mu mukazi mugenda ruko msaid mu mukazi nuko tuliki turakora ninsaba ya it's okay secretariat ijja kuba nekwata ibihanuro bivuga muri inyu nuko tugenda mu maiso umuzindaro giheze umuntu ajya kwa hirya atugambire
Augustine, but we was again the solution directing her nutrition. Kandi ngoza kusuggestinga kintu kuhakino. Reka tuhimbire compounds zetu into nutritional centers. Ubutaka tukoza ornamental trees n'ebyo bito ebindi reka tukabisemu ebijuma reka tukabisemu ebinensi ebikusobora to detoxify us eki nikijja kutukonyera habakala kusimba ebingi batayimu PFAS izindekizi kutukonyera so tutekemu ebinensi ebikusobola kutukonyera tutekemu emiteesa kurwanya ebijuma tutekemu amapapali emicungwa n'ebindi aho n'emiti endi n'obali mundu
otimuno ogwaneta Augustine Nyakabwa arugire kyegego umusendana bwatari mucyara w'amagana muzeja mu cyara gugara na Mr. Magezi wakati ngora mu cyara nyakumikiza mukono yeze Mr. Magezi
oitwe bale amabara Magezi wangezi Minister atugambire problem ya kuleta malnutrition ngwetamiro nokurwana maka ngwebi tubireke but actually tubari kujja kubireka habokuba egg is a symptom, it is not the disease. The disease is idleness. If we can get a solution for idleness, there will be no alcohol, there will be no early sex. I know that 14% they say are unemployed. Actually, I think it is 70. Because for me, I support more than 100 people because they are idle. That's why I'm a poor man. Otherwise, I would have been very rich. But this year is one of my students. He has joined me 30 years ago. He has never seen a TV in my house because I'm busy.
Thank you. Hatugaruke wanjira kuno. Kuleta maiso halo mchana maiso. Okay. Hatukuninja kwa compensation ni haya wakazi wawili kuninja waseja wawili kuninja kwa haya
tena wetu ninyo Marunga Stella ndi mkurasi mu rukurato rwa Fopoto City nyina solutions isatu zinkwenda kuleta habwa mali amabi ago wetu Tooro hano mubebembezi bwaitu tugira mu political leaders na technical leaders na abandi kale religious na abandi baitu nyenda kudealing ha technical leaders abatwina.
If you do, you will take a lot of time.
No, nyenda kubagambira kichi baseme ikora. Tuina community development officers, tuina veterinary doctors abasemere inspecting enyama, tuina health inspectors, sub-county chiefs, health educators na abandi. Nabani insaba kila abani kisoboka isaze erikuwe lya Tooro litangatangane abantu bano bagaruke mu mutima abokuba abantu bano babagana sente za government kandi bamanyire ngo basemerire kole emirimo yabo kisemerire baitu abamu halibo tubagikora ngo kisemerire binkwatire kinge empume yabampamba so nyala ninsaba tutangatangana abebembezi abo in most cases mukera kutangatangana political leaders baitu lekana technical leaders nabo tubaze nabo maybe bagarukemu empume bakole emirimo yabo ko kisemerire nuko abantu bege ekyakabiri hariho abantu ab'obujunaanizibwa muno kandi abalungi muno mu community zaitu nka VHTs na LOCs. Abantu abo nibo bamanya muntu nanka areyenjara, muntu nanka akatimba akakatunde bakamuhera akemuru, muntu nanka akasereka omwana mulema atamutwale mu isomero, muntu nanka agera kizibu kyenjara. So nyina baningamba obuturagaruka kweta conference ende ya mwaka gukwije tubete nk'abantu tutabetera mu baingi ngo kutubera ntweka cyangwa tubete nk'abantu abo bona baije hano mu rukurato nuko batwale ebigambo bino bituhanura. Ekyakasatu nimara yego ekyakasatu ira muno abantu abaitu abazaire abatuzaire abazaire abazaire omuntu akungana nyo abayimuriitwe abakonkeraho haraho ekintu ekibayetaga engonzi kufaaho n'okusagika. Bwire buno hakaija ebintu byabonkwatiireki buli muntu naayefaaho wenka
hata nokenga wirwako
just a second.
A second.
Okay, thank you so much. So nabaningamba abantu abali kumuno abali asabawuninge ezaitu tubasagike tubaherwe okulya nuko abokuba buto barawerekerenke kisagate omuntu waherwe kisagate okutasomera okufa enzara rundi kwitwa malnutrition. So tusagike tugaruke nk'abazaire baitu mukubakoraga mutyo muno.
Hariho omukazi anyakujwire yelo ayimukiza omukono.
Obale muno father nokumanyira kalegi, but I'm not putting it on for anything else. Amabara Akik Majori, I'm an opinion leader and an activist. Honorable Minister Balze Chintu Malnutrition. Otubantu bazao malnutrition negenda na leadership that we have in this country. Abebembezi baitu benyini bamuna mu parliament ekirungi Honorable Alex Tooro na abebembezi abaitu muroho omugenda mu parliament yo kumukakora policies zanyu ntorora ngo emibazi bakufuiriza byokulya byaitu ninyo mukugira byawo iyo mukoze muhanda kikora ngo emibazi yenu twatangira kuba yataha mihanga muno
Banzolinde hatwahindura conference of Darum Alex.
No, as a leader.
So ensonga yawe niya
ensonga yange eri ngo abebembezi baitu bateeka omuhanda kurora ngo emibazi itukufuiriza eno kwija muntu ali omuntu wabukiro wa hansi bagitange eri kutaha mihanga muno. Ekyakabiri tugaruke amirire yaitu eyakara mu town mununa twino omugurusi mbojana omugaya mwana wetu nze musaija namanya emirire tusemerirwa ntuliramu nk'abantu ba Tooro tutandike kulima ebyokulya byaitu ebyakare twalintulya ngo tugaruke byenyini kandi nkukuleke standardness erugemu so as we can stop also having poor standard leaders in this country.
Thank you. So Nyinda alikuongera mbesengerizi obwahimbuza eddakiika emu enimukono eriko ekinyingi muno alikuhimbuza eddakiika emu nimwemereza kandi nyingira kwaijo kyangu hano twine basekweta abantu abanyakozesa sekweta yetamu bantu bagezi muno bakugu bino obwongo bukwata kulungi nokubaza ebigambo bikeke okubaza nibakyetegereza obundi tukira muno kwaza ebintu bino otegeeza ngu abantu abo tebakunyetegereza ono wagaye tutagaye abantu bano baza mu bigambo bike nibakwetegereza ensonga yange ojja gitwara kurungi omuzindaalo gumpeere Rwamusenyi anyakulayi Mr. Rwamusenyi.
Mabale muno Fabadere Mayondo mbabara gange ni wamoto mwe gwa Tooro wakisoni Robert Bwangu leka ngenda solution bantu barahanga tubaine muntu natambura naja kusanga abantu baine garden bed y'emiti naye kaguze emiti yone nona kakuba twakubaire twine garden za nutrition omuntu amanyi njagonali haroho embibo yeswig omuntu agenda hayaga noni n'embibo ya kabeji embibo y'enyanya embibo ya karoti ngende ngigule ekintu kwenga hasirinje 15 ngurugeyo omuntu akozera garden bedi bitu dole emiti sazuba abakazi bona bedi zemiti zonka nituyambaki kandi that is an employment ntwetaga sazo nona isaziri abantu bakuru ba Tooro
emphasizing hanuna nkaba sister bitu yoka sobera hanu kinyamaska ati ekitu kya kabiri nikyo sazo nuna abantu bege ebintu ebyokulya otakabirire omanye type yenkora omanye ebika bya muhogo hati sazo nuna hariho nebika byebikaka abasogore babimanyire betosoka guzo omuntu iyo nogera kulya kitakoreki iyo nogera kulya omuhogo kono bali engunda ati mwebale muno bakabondi agenda obiba kwabo umzindaro guhirize umukono w'Abanyakurahihi Mr. Kabujam. I thought it was Mr. Kabujam. Okay, so out wakati bumpia mcharo na nakuhanu.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Nyoni vanyeta mwesigwa Bena Kik. My father is seated here, Mr. Edson Kadoma, our new chairman Nyakasura. But I have an observation in our people of Tooro. Recently, Akangamba Tooro, you're very lazy. I said, are you sure? That we are lazy to Maridad. Why? You're buying plots in town. All the good lands have been taken by people who are not in Tooro. Why? And what are people doing today? They are combining efforts. I want to know Jabatano, Mukaga, Kuruga Kasese, Kuruga Ambarara, 6 people. They are buying a big piece of land. If us, we are not doing that, why? We are selfish. We think we are enough. So
what are you proposing?
Now I'm proposing that let's look at people who have able hands. A friend and uncle, combining resources. Buy land, let's combine efforts, not as an individual. Yes.
Thank you so much. Points taken, and it falls in one of the proposals which was given in the morning and the topic that we shall handle tomorrow. So.
Nyawe Margaret Mbabazi ekiteso cyange cyabanye kigamba abacyarita abanyakurhanu tugende mu byaro tukore kitchen garden haboko kitchen garden tukutwara umwanya mkoto muno kandi toine cyo ratunda byaho tukore kitchen garden nuko tuyange abana baitu nabakazi betu babakurungi
utimuna garuka saidi yakunu hati ngenda hagati Mzindaro guhiriza umusije gwa Nyakurahihi. Yego Nyakurahihi.
Mbasaba habuhomezo hukomera mwikirize mbazi ukukundinti. Nja kwaza kumanyewe causes of malnutrition na nambere okitinisa minister wa primary health agambiro ho ekikustatisa agambiro alcoholism agambiro domestic violence yagambira Honorable Alex Ruhunda akoraho yagamba accident is preventable. So I myself mbanyita Msimustom, I'm a victim of accident, a very fatal one. Kandi malnutrition esobora kubabundi abayeho omukayanga bana bange kusigikire kizibu ekinatungire. Wetu akiki Honorable Nyoni Kusaba ngoko hakatebe utanga hangudo ongere mkima amani habokuba nyawe accident nkabitunga ntero trailer habo muvugi kuba akabali muvugi mubi mtyo muno
muno nina ko lady's hand sahasin lady's hand munganyi yeah. Pick a lady from that side. Mungani kwa balance. Kigumira kutoma biliono. I have to pay my politics from this podium.
Ati muno adiere enyange Ibara Kabaganda Gertrude Ninduga Mukogere Foundation Uganda. My observation, one, ira hariho omusiri gwekeragiru. Omusiri gwekeragira ogutorozeere baitu tukakora tuyinenzara ndutokuguruma nk'abana habokubana hariho omusiri gwekeragira ubwo ukajyaha ninsaba ngo akoye mugorko ekya kabiri akasiri kanyine katanyata mugezi wangu yakabalizeho mukasemera kagaruke mu maka itwa nk'abakazi ntusemera habokwa nito nyina obwongo tanure kayitu ntubye kuri obiki ekindi kya kasatu kiri
tukozesa ebyoto mu maka gaitu. Ebyoto tumukumanyisa ngu mbere okuhemba omuro n'enku, but ebyoto that is, you can have it a round table discussion with your family members, and you talk about your morals, values, and how you want to mentor your family, especially when you are the head of the family. Ekindi, ninsaba ngu tindikumanya how it is done, but last TPC of 2022, I also attended, but as I came today morning, I thought it would have been one of the items on the agenda to have the resolutions or recommendations of last year, so as to reduce on the number of questions or complaints that would be raised in the plenary session. Thank you.
Egi ripoti nitakuja utarawantiza ripoti ripoti zitekanizi chakwanza nsebwai so kandi kumurgayo tikyalani nyenda y'omuntu ngo tukola balance nyenda y'omuntu ngo kwa this side omuntu wemu ono warabana nabutakabalizi ono waramara emikono nikuja kutwara ye abantu abanyakuru hansi imyaka asatu n'itanu nugaruka hansi nja kwihayo nibwo kwija kubanza nye nganyira abakaba yuse mbagera mu tugama tukubabiliza so unda amarogo nita kusira imikono yendi asatu y'abantu abanyakuru imyaka asatu n'itanu nugaruka hansi
ibara ni nyokarege Ernest owisazo mutasorora habwa foto site umbukama bwa Tooro nyowe ningamba tugarukomuka umumirwa n'emigenzo y'obusibwensi eyatworoire yatwikihati kandi yitunagire nitwija kurubata kurungi. Ekyakabiri ninsaba tukwatanirize hamwe omubebembezi amaramuzo ombukama omugavumenti n'abandi bonna kurara twararanja amakuru gano omumaka gaitu nambere turikuruga n'omubicweka nambere turikuberereza nikwo abantu basobora kukenga amakuru gano agendyendi n'oburwaire bw'akahuka k'omwerero nikwo tubere twataha empingisa ntyo
mubere hati nyakuri mukono y'insabiri asatu n'itanu nugaruka hansi nyehe abantu basatu mukongaruke mbantu bakuru asatu n'itanu nugaruka hansi nuko hanyuma ngaruke mbantu abakuru
mutyo muno amabara Miriam Karungi nyona baninterewe abaisiki na abasigaze emyaka yitu sazino omusaiza no kyabalize tulileze habokuba nosanga eyo solution no nintekereza bayise tukole nk'ekintu kyogamba bayise nkati bana akabaro kale kintu kyabakogera banti manshi kagenda kita batwetege tugenda okutwegera ebintu ebindi nosanga n'okutumba tukumanyire tumukoresha nuno kuonka
nakore kutekereza cy'abantu so nyitaga y'undi asatu n'itanu nugaruka hansi
wasiya muto onyona banyenda kuhabura kuonka abantu tugenzere wagenda akintu kya nutrition ngule wonka ni wameelekesa abana mbazaba mbetiyemira abana tubakutekereza mbatina no mukora tokazumu ekintu kero kilimike kya family planning ekintu kira enema ya family planning kintu kiritoba government ya America government ya America abantu mbarwanira kuba super power hati super power abakakora bagenda bakora ekintu ekibota ni world order bineso ubone gwabo gw'abantu gwakwenda bali musika ndio abantu tukwenda abantu bakwetegereza muno mbabamba mayamba za kulemesa ensonga yabukali yogumankanka aba super power watu no abantu aliyoka musija ngota Vladimir Putin nangwe dakika muyoka nina ati aba abasajja bomba batakugenda abitinya kwa ni muhurama kwa Amerika sindika amakuru wako ni muhurango abasajja babo abasajja b'amaanyi balimba lwaniresa abokuba aba banasi bakwabaliaho mbetinira na rebembezi betu aba bukura bali parliament mbetinira mbale makubaza amakuru genyine family planning yimbi kandi kubambi niyo cyalekisiza n'abantu mbazara abana bakwetinira ubungo bwabo buteito kandi tetebakutekereza namuna
Ndakatuliriza kirumviriza abantu abatobo
webale munadiyoni kumpereza akagisa kabi amabara gange mbanyetanya Kiski Margaret induga wa subcounty ya Rugongo kandi ndi mulimi adiyoni nyowe solution yokutekano weitu minister wa primary health ya magambaho ubutukwiza hansonga ya ebyobwomezi HIV amazima gali ensinganto bataje baitu aheru woku timanyire ngoku bagwirira bakuzya kutekereza habintu obwomezi bakutwara kintu kikuru nyowe aro bumbazaho ensingante ezimu abojo yes ni nyina kuteka way forward twabayamba tutta nikyo ngambire ebintu kusana biti ekintu ekimu bano abantu bayamba kimu kuongera kwegesebwa risks ezekintu kimu ezikini kimu hali yekutekayo musomo abantu banu bakongera bakamanya ekintu eki then omusigazi ogabaza ekintu kya family planning kimu bagambira abaana abatabo basinga muno nibusazimu baliguru bintu
banzulinda ngambire ge kakuwa nogoroka mu ekintu nonatekereza ngo abantu tubakitegereze
okay fine okay fine family planning yenu please yes I'm putting a way forward abana bamasomero bano abalibino emyaka etasemerire kwetaba mu bintu ebyokuzara na batekebwe kwegesebwa ngo batagendera kujumbira family planning nikyo kirezere enda ezabantu kutungenda bacyali bana bato akuba bamanyire ngo nzagenda nterwa enkinzo ya family planning tikuja kutwalenda kandi ekikutira butendereke bwa abana koraki kutunga enda batetegekere ekintu ekindi ama disco these local leaders leka abantu bano batekebwe kugamba disco zinu abana batekekere bareke kutaha disco zinu nikyo numero abantu bano abakwaba ine freedom of movement bagenzera kwetaba mu ngeso ezitasemerire then ekintu ebimalira ekintu kimu ekintu abantu tutunge kwegesebwa ngo tusobora kukozesa ebintu ebyaitu enkali ey'embuzi n'ebisolo ebindi ebitwine kwihamu ebintu ebisobora ebyokulya byaitu ekiriisa tutagenzera kukozesa zino spraying chemicals ezikuba azikuruga aheru then nimalira ekintu emisomo again nombinga but this point is very vital abokuba kituzira hamu Tooro kandi ngira twine kubaza ikintu kyitwe nekitukozera ekitukuru na Buganda Tooro ka kingdom eteka emisomo y'abaana babahumire kwegesa abaana obusibwensi abana amazima gali ito tuntune ebintu binge bitakumanya ebitsemerira kwa komisike ngo kuyagamba so kinu kyenyini kimu kya Tooro people's conference ekintu kibakiteke mu nkora ngo bekite mu rumuro abayogo musomo abana bona kandi buli buzairo mutero ga conditions asindiko mwana asobole kwega ebintu ibyenkawe ngo Tooro mubale mu ekintu kija kuteka inchuka tu
hata ba youth banzoleki Mr. Langush abayuth batwoleka ngubo tubashobora kuhumira ibintu tubahayire reka tugaruke mu bantu bakuru reka abayuth batwoleka ngo umzinaro takureka nitago umzinaro kundetere hano Mr. Okitinsa Aston Kajara nuko tunugaruka hano abayimukizo mkona apuri
wabale munadiri niwoza kusiba Professor Muhumuza habo urubazo atuhere ruherwa amani muno kandi kira muno abantu ba Tooro natukaguza yitu nitobaha akozere proposal mutune kora Tooro People's Cultural Code of Conduct abaturu tugenzera hara muno
kandi tukopere ibintu bingi muno habugabo by'obuswezi kakubagenda ekyo obuswezi kyonka sente zona tuyimalire mu buswezi tutandika n'okuhunga abaganda kubayitaga okukyara miliyoni 10 ntugenda mu bajeti eyokuswera miliyoni 6 10 eyokweranga ntugenda bajeti eyokugaitu miliyoni 10 sente ezo kakuba tukaba tulisoroizi tukakora clubs social political economic clubs especially economic clubs sente ezo tukaisoroza tukombekamu amaju g'abantu sente tukwiguramu ebibanja nka groups ebigambo ebimu twakubaire ntubimaliro nabweki ninsaba ebintu ebimu tubikendezeeho code of conduct nijja kutuyamba oba okugenda hari gambo byahunga hane kakwete miteto ezigati yono niju muzi inte bya makubyabiri ezemiteto kandi kuno hakuswero twere 10 miteto twere makubyabiri ezite zone twakubere tuyikozesa kurura ngo abantu baturu ntoyimukya omu byentasha tuwakwesere social economic development kangarukiraho for the time being
otagenzera handi nyine kintu eki hauka kirisirwe keynote address anyagambire nitwetaaga Tooro's cultural code of conduct and culturally embedded, citizen-driven, politically sanctioned and religiously sanctified. Tunabagambege abagamba ngo isaazi y'abantu bakuru ba Tooro twalujunanizibwa okuba habaho that code of conduct nibamuntu mukono. It is captured. Ubali puli hata nyinda mzindaro kumpeli Sister Goreti Alhan Maiso Sister Goreti Dr. Goreti Kawa abali mkizo mkono aho mherezi mzindaro
webale munadere mukuru wa session yenu abatoro n'abatoro kati nywena bali hano omuhimbo gwo kunyita obundu kubarora hano kandi obundu kurre tukudiscussinga nisemerero kange nta solution ya dere takambingiri solution yange ndi kugamba dere nyone mukazi mwegesa kati amabaranga nikahwa Maria Goretti mbere ningamba abokuba kigambe kemirire kinu kibaire kigambo kidominatingire morning session yona mbere ningamba nyoko mwegesa kati nti tukwata amasomo tu designinga amasomo nago tukategeka mu curriculum yaitu hano Tooro ekintu ekyokulya kurungi eki abana batandike kyegera right from the nursery tugenda nakyo mu maiso kwekera kimu abokuba tuwera ekintu kinu kiri specific to Tooro. We can't just leave it in the air like that. Leka designinga amasomo tugateke mu curriculum yaitu nkwa abana bagiega at different levels webala die
obuga kubaza Sister Dr. Goreti Kahwa and National Curriculum Development Center muntu mkugumu kan lecturer Kyambogo University. So I'm a PhD and doctor bintu binyigisa kwa naza curriculum tsagira na hanga kintu akisomera. So omzindaro gumpere Mr. Nyakabu atuoki
watumuni wetu nyunda kigambo cha okulya obutwa overo obu ninsaba abebembezi mwihanga munu bahiyo obuvera obu nibutuletera akabi kaingi muno nogenda kyomo kyebinyobwa bakutera mukavera ebinyobwa nibekyayokya hatya obutwa obu nibwija nibugenda mubyokulya byaitu ekintu ekindi nakusabire ngu local authorities balenga kutwegesa tulime ebidiba bingi byencu nuko tusomenye kulya encu ebyokulya birungi habwokuba red meat bagambe netutawaniza omubwomezi bwaitu nabweki ebintu ebi tusemeriire kuba ngu twagira nk'oku twayekonyera kuba ngu nago obwomezi bwaitu omukabi ote muno
atuoki hata kyakavera gavumenti nesobola kureberagira bingi ningira kikatuuka na polisi wetu kiteka hansi nikikoraki nikiremu baitu akavera nkasokutandika kati nyo mazire emyaka 6 ntakagendaga mu duuka nkagura ebintu bakabinteekera mu kaveera nkabihimba 6 kandi nyikara hano ekintu eki nikisoboka kuba noocwamu gavumenti nkwijagenda mu duuka nkagura ebintu bakabinteekera nkaha mu kaveera nokikora nimazire emyaka 6 tinkakikoraga habwokuba nkakanga akaveera nowanga obuveera tubukozire ki tuburiyo akaveera kansobora kuhimba nkakomugati habwokuba kutinyira akandi okundakibugura baitu kana akaburaka nakandi nkabuleka so nintekereza eki nisobora kitandika takayizire gavumenti kujja kutukora so ninyetaaga omuzindaro ogundi okuhereze abajuru tujja kuhayo omuntu anyakula hagati ngendera white color and cream
otemuno waitu ni bazayi cha nutrition wabala niwe Maria Fred nkaba nikora mu kitongole kya veti waitu tunagaro buro maka tugare n'enengo maka tugare n'esekuru ngo tusobole kubona ebyoma byatumara byo bitwaze kansi kabe kintu ekindi abebembezi mu district tutabike kufayo ebyokulya mu ruga Misiri biri clean niweka mutale nibadate habugwa akatale nkakabundeire nesanga abantu munjira nibatunda ebintu mu itaka akatale ko mukachamba abantu nibatunda ebyokulya mu itaka enyama tekyakeberwa amata tekyakeberwa so ntetaga abebembezi bateka amani mukorera abantu bali ebyokulya bulungi
otimuno hati ninda umzindaro kutwara kimu hakumalira hamukono gwawo gwemeso omuntu okumalira nikola mukono gwemeso kanao nibuweze dakika emu
otimuno Bishop amabara mwinganiza Crescent Kameiso. I'm very sorry Reverend Father. Ninza kubaza nutrition ekizibu ekitwina ebintu byaitu ntubita kutandika ntuza kubyara ntufuhira kandi ntufuhiriza ebintu ebiri chemical made kandi kuno halo provision y'ebintu ebirihabo nosanga mibazi erimu ebitongole bigine eyerihabo esobora ku restoringa humus mu itaka nabo kitwekambere ebitebe bya jese halo topa ntusobora kosa abantu abo ko batwatunga itaka ebirungi turukiye ebintu ebirungi hanyuma ekintu ekindi kitukusaba abebembezi bayiraba mu kikaro ky'okuhanuraho nk'uko abantu baratunga sente za kujwara kutambura leka tubazeho ebintu nk'uko turakorakoraniza abalimi n'engeri turakora itaka ryaitu twaturukiye ebintu ebirungi hanyuma ekindi tubaza n'abazaire modernity ekintu eki tutwina obwire abaana baitu ntukora ebintu ebitakozere ki ekitasemeye nosanga omwana alihasimu tamanyire karahabaho hakyoto mukairirizi hatitebiroho kunacaringa abaana culturally kusanga nti omwana nasobora kukora ekintu ekisemerire mu bwire obwekikuru nawe mwebale muno
otimuno oyongera harubaju rwako nokumalira omuntu okumalira harubaju oro
webale munadieri nyewondere ningambaho ekigambo otwale bato akabale ekizina ngo irabuli twale bato twagonzago kulisa baitu hati enti kafa twegondeza amasomero hati ningamba mu masomero omu ebintu tukwekora ebyakubera bitugasa kata kubirora habwokuba twagiraga nkokode bakaleta obwoma obu bugenda oba ku bantu baso okulya nsaba kile kimwe enyuma tuleke kukopa
so webale hati ningenda koranti mungani ningenda koranti umuntu wena anyakwini kikaguzo hati akwato papara kahandike ekandi nikija kuletwa ha secretariat nikirugwani abakabindi nibija nkero kaguzo ebiri nibija nkero hanuro ebiri nibija kama ibindi bisangiro hirwe narocyo umuntu anyakwini kikaguzo kindi kiona ikitekereze kishaka akandika urupapuro utora abantu genda lunch akiteke ha secretariat hanyuma ngenda kurora abantu bagana yituntura nsimira kutunga guide urukwata hemirire ngihandike kushobora kutukibwa kikoleka ngo umuntu ukwasemiriye kurya nkemirire ngo rugali tugambe n'ibindi umuntu nasimira kuryaki umuntu mukaye nasimira kucumbaki habo kutunga diet yanungi emikyo na useki kintu Alright.
Adere, so, kita tahu komentar aku dengan bagian dari tim blocking ini. Untuk, pada yang bukan bagian dari itu has been blocked dengan dapat pesawat mental mungkin namanya.
So,
driver nama UBK 027M, UBK 027M, tiambe oleh semua teman yang dapat itu emergency.
So awali wakihandika ni sawa mtu wena ni kwenye kitabu kwetu Hawaii Fireflies Glow akindetiri maishan umuntu anya kwenye kitabu ekinya kwenye taito wakwata Hawaii Fireflies Glow akindetiri maishan
Ngoba kuita la kamote sapa sumoita hatwe chikambo na fieni.
So hati ni mazao ibintu
kamara kubaza
leka amount professor agire ganda tugamba ntakaze icyanye Rwanda kubaza
Adore mwana mwana kana abantu bana mu present kezo buri yakyange kiteke very simple abagamba diet byo kurya nakusabire confusion ekolagana na radio stations abantu banu time to talk and discuss these issues for about a week or 2 weeks. That's all.
Ukiona noti radio stations in media aba radio barimun amwete naterera koragana ni sazi okurata abazamuni kinti kwatana n'ebyo kulya habakuba radio ni conference nyingi muno abantu bakalaka ku muburo mwingo kuragana n'ubugire imitaga cyoko bugenda nkaraba jeri mu east nasanga abantu mu mchirwi n'imitaga nyingi muno nabagulima mu mayizi manya ngokoraki butebe cyane mu mchiri cyoko bura bakaleka ngo bineki imitaga abana ga mitaga imitaga sobora ni batoyiza ku kahani ngo twalire hali kitabu kinu tuitwaje Hawaii Fireflies Glow kinu habitabu nakasome burundu muno kilayo ekitabu kinu kandi kinakwegomba ngo umuntu wena watora kumanya kusoma ujumbe barutegereza aso agura ekitabu kinu kirahirwa ekitabu kinu guri mutwaro mukaga kandi kihandikirwe Professor Edward Rugumayo amuti nyakulhano mutavuni nakasome kwata Tooro tinkalira kitabu kirungi unki kwata professor butora kwa kazaho na kwegesa Tooro na kwegesa Uganda na kwegesa ubumezi bw'omuntu ubona kokuli so utafura kitabu kigura mutoro mukaga yonka niba kisoma mu byebiri kwa kukirikirwa kiti utakozile Tooro Entrepreneurship Symposium utakozile mukwezi wakwire hala kitabu kama kakaturukibwa nikita The Seed 2023
kana khatakan kali ahirwa no katuna sinzinga muturugumu kana ahirwa so abandi kenga kabuza ngati to tubazaho habwaki tubiro accountability era tuje ntwazibiti ntukoraki so accountability eri mukatakan akatukibwe tese to entrepreneurship symposium yarugire umurukwa Tooro enyuma so mu Uganda ibi ni saba haruna akatabu aka equity products na kalhanu timani wa makatunda fu chakara hirwa kalmutinti mtuja kasangayo akaturkibe equity bank etukenti wasahan so ni Uganda ibi ikitukwata nkukurya ngena kwa kwasa so ikukasana cyokurya nimbasima nini ba session yenu nimbasabe kiganira okutangiza mubisa buli muntu wena kubaza aruka nikiguma kwa abantu tena kutuize hano kwa kwasa muntu mubisa yagire kiyabaza ekitumenere habukatu bayingi kandi kirumi tusimira ruhanga so anyakurandikira ukaguzo byona kubera ibintu tutabireta hano muko tulikwate kurungi nimbasima kumpereza umugisa w'ukubembera haba session yenu eitwamara hati kambagarure MC wabala munadere for the panel session
kana wabala munadere kana nyuma yabala nugumisiriza hamwe bihanuro byanyuma sobara kwayo kandi nabo bona abanyakusoboye kubaza ha topic set za kiro cyati nyenda kubategekera ngo turikuja genda lunch umuntu atekanizibwe kandi tujagenda kwikara umuhema ezine kuriya hero zirukwera uburko bantu turuka mu mujya kuzorora mukono ogwemoso no tukuja genda kandi buri muntu wekare mu ntebeye tujya kuri micyo mitimisa cyawe tugenda halayini tugenda kusindikankana habo kubatoli nibyo kuriya bingi kiro cyati ntwenda koleka emirire mirungi kandi adira berega bagambire ngwagenzirege byo kuri bibyo na neza bingereyo beto nyakuriyo bingi kandi bitumare twena saba nuko twajagenda tuti betutanga genzi tuza kubanza kusabara ikihuro cyeyito cyakiro cya hati kandi kitekanizibwe mkono ya abakoreta kuterembera mu TPC tuza bor kumara isahemu yonka naye rahiguru haboko twina afternoon session kandi nebindi ebirungi muno ebikuja kutukonyera kuhanura kandi tukomba kahanga litora mwebali mu komparereza
ngera harali musenyere tumuraki and bless our lunch because we know it is ready, it is there.
Savore byokuri wetu kama hangi sisi kusema vekero necho toire toire umezi burungi kandi watusoza ukakano musoro kana wetu tukusema byokuri utekanizibwe kandi kusaba mbabazi zawe umugisa gwawe itwana barugana kuvaganaho tuhemu amani gukora kurungi ebintu ebyatugasira nk'abantu ba Tooro kino tukusaba ntara Kristo mukama waitu amen.
Ntujja kugenda wetu ensawo zanyu musobora kuzirakamu ntugenda kutanga obulinzi bwona muleke kutina
kandi obwaragonza okwehugura harubaju hariho omwanya ogunyakura mukono gwange gwemoso hariho amadara ngagenda hansi kandi gataha mukoride nekola hansi ya flow yanu rundi norabaha balaza norubatera balaza nogenda enyuma mbere ntire amabega muhari ebikaro byaitu mbe tusobora kweyinganiza nendererwamu okutera isoke